Hello, self, cosmos, ohana, universe. Soul Dr. Nick here. It is March 7th, 2025, and this is Magic Mirror Work. It's really early. It's around 4:25 a.m. right now. Again, not for public consumption. This is for me. And if you would choose to watch this, it's up to you. I am posting this online, so whatever happens is whatever happens. And I started recording my first video today at around 2:30 or earlier a.m. and realized it didn't work around 3:50 a.m. So that was a little frustrating. And then realized that, who am I doing this for? It's such a reminder. Like, I'm frustrated. It's like, well, you still did the work, the magic mirror work. Just because it wasn't recorded doesn't mean that it wasn't there. And that you didn't practice the affirmations, going through your purpose, going through your love list, actually noticing what's going on. And noticing the part that wants to perform and being okay with that. And I said so many things. I had some amazing body work yesterday, got reconnected with a dear friend, had an impromptu play date for my son, went into the cosmos and beyond, had a lot of amazing freaking sunshine, so much sunshine, including, stripping down fully and being like, oh, all right, getting lots of sun in this body and loving it. And how is it that we're so lucky at this time of year that we can have that much sun? So thank you, Cosmos, for working out and for this rooftop patio working out. And yeah, and then having ideas of even someone coming by to help us arrange our space so it's even more beautiful and worthwhile and working. And then making a choice to stay with the family instead of going to an event that I was really excited to go to, but recognizing what are my priorities, what are my highest values, and how do I shift it and then not feel bad that I'm not there. Don't wish that I missed it for the leaders, the guides, and wanted to have that connection. And there'll be more opportunities are meant to be. And then having an unexpected call with a fellow Fit for Service member because she arrived a week early and it was fantastic. And we'll be meeting again next week. And it's perfect. And then today you'll be having a call with the XX camp, and excited about that and a little nervous about that. And that's part of me preparing this morning is talking things through, getting myself clear. And it's almost time to rest. So today may not be that long an actual published video, and that's okay. The other one that I tried to publish was actually using the back camera in cinematic mode. So what had actually happened probably was the iPhone had filled up so much capacity because I was almost full on the storage. Funny enough, given that I have the biggest iPhone that you can possibly have, the very best iPhone, a terabyte of storage, but when you record so many videos, it fills up pretty fucking quickly, which is hilarious. I did not expect it to fill up that quickly. So yeah, I have over 700 gigabytes of photos and videos. I'm like, okay, gotta delete some of that. So I deleted over 100 gigabytes, and that's just about 10 days. And I'm realizing how quickly I'm going through the storage right now. And it's perfect. I'm actually using this tool. What else is there? Reminding myself over and over again, magic mirror work is for me. Noticing the part that wants to perform. When I'm saying, what else is there? I'm thinking, what else do I need to say to offer you value? And then I catch myself and remind myself, what is it I want to say to offer me value? And the you is just a bonus. And over and over again, noticing this in real time. And that's been the piece I was saying today, is like, as I practice this and practice talking in real time and seeing that I'm always being seen, I am living more and more in congruence with myself, in integrity with myself, because whether I'm on stage delivering a message or whether I'm on my own playing with my son, I can practice being, and the word that wants to come up is the same person, but it's not. I have different parts of me, Rather, it's the part that I actually want to come alive then versus the part I'm having come alive because I think someone's watching and there's something I have to do. Because that's been a lot of my life, looking for the approval of others. Father figures especially. And then molding myself to those father figures even when it's not how I want to mold myself, and then feeling the pain of trying to do that. Even the pain in some ways of being with money differently, being with team differently, being with private equity differently, being with business differently, being with capitalism differently, being not outraged, being with a bigger picture than I can see, and letting go of some of the harms that I may be doing myself. Noticing that I can both judge someone else and it's actually shining a spotlight on me. What is it that I have not owned yet? And how do I prefer to judge them even more strongly versus looking at the part of it that lives inside of me? And it doesn't need to be the same. That was it yesterday. Yesterday I was trying to say to my dear friends, like, I have a giant ego. I was like, wait, what does that mean? And it's a non-specific term, giant, right? And then some of the people I'm looking up to and I've written down for the social part, like, Donald Trump, Taylor Swift, Robert Downey Jr., they have what most people would call a giant ego. And it's really important. The more prominent or more widely disseminated your voice, my voice, the more likely I'm going to have people who disagree with me. Not just disagree with me, think that I am bad or evil or wrong or narcissistic or any number of adjectives. And for myself, realizing that, how do I have the ego to hold my sense of self amongst it all? And that's what I really see is a big component of the ego, is how do I stay centered in me amidst all the chaos? Whether it's approval and not letting that go to my head and be like, I am the friggin' best, or the disapproval going, I am worse than a piece of poop. Part of it right now I'm recognizing is I feel like heaven is on earth right now. I feel really that this is heaven. Like, there's so many things that people want to be outraged over. I'm like, that's an outrage? Outrage for me, death, unnecessary death. And even then it's not outrage right now, because I recognize that outrage for me has a connotation. It's like it takes away all my other faculties. I go stupid with outrage. And it's that, and then it's things like freezing, depression. When I'm looking at the approval of others, often I freeze when I don't think I get their complete approval. And that's not how I want to live. I'm not trying to freeze in this lifetime. Someone was saying the other day, is like, oh, when I actually stop doing the thing I'm addicted to, what will I do with all my time? I'm like, there's so many things to do with our time. There's so many possibilities. And right now, doing all this magic mirror work, part of me is like, I'm wasting so much time. I could be doing so many more productive things. And there's some truth to that too. Because at some point, this is more avoiding the thing I could be doing versus doing the thing I'm more comfortable with. And part of it right now, especially with the team that I have, is helping me to implement the things. So implement what I need to implement, and then let go of trying to do it all. Let go of trying to get ahead of the game, because there's no getting ahead of it. There's no behind it either. And that's part of it right now. I feel like, oh, we're behind, we're missing out. We should be doing this. We should be faster. We should have more clients. We should have more flowing through. And part of me is like, I still haven't finalized, and there's no finalized, the flow of the money. And is it surprising money's not flowing in? So as I'm talking and hearing myself say that, let's go on to the Wise account. And let's see here, log in. Logged in through my email address. Just sent me an SMS. Fill in the code. Nice. Mantis Shrimp Coaching is my business account. Interesting. Get another business account then. My business is located in Canada. I am company type. All right, I'll have to ask. I'll have to ask Matt soon. Let's see here. I forget. Matt, starting to do the Wise business account for Ohana Sage and going through the questions. Just got stopped on business type. Do I say corporation right now? And perhaps we jump on sometime today, tomorrow, soon, so that you can walk me through, or I can give you the login as well. All right, so I have this to take in money, so I actually have all the things that I need. And then I've also got Mantis Shrimp coaching, which I can fill in that part too. All right, whew. All these banking detail stuff, I can already feel. It's like, oh, yesterday was so good. I got help booking plane tickets for my dear friend, Nick. And I'm so grateful for that. And we decided to go, I decided we're gonna go and step into who we wanna be. So we're booking with this Porter Air, this, more budget airline, but we're getting the best seats possible and fully refundable because we want to be able to refund it given the current climate of all the changes and the fact that cancellations can happen. And when there was only a minor difference between the regular seats and the very best seats, I'm like, you know what? Let's just go for it. We don't need 2 bags. We don't need all that stuff, but especially I don't need the alcohol because I don't drink right now, but why not? Why not? Why not play a little bit? And I'm excited. I'm excited because I've never actually myself booked for the extra stuff. Oh, that's true, eh? I've gotten free bumps and upgrades before, and I love those. But actually paying for it up front, no. And just letting it happen and seeing how it goes. Seeing how it goes. We'll see. Fly Porter. What is a Porter Pass? I just realized I didn't actually look. Prepaid packages of 10. 1 credit. To single cities, regions. Valid 365 days. Unused or non-refundable. Interesting. So we'd already be using 6 passes. I'll look at that later. So again, this is magic mirror work, which means you're seeing me doing some of my stuff, and I'm sorry about that. But I'm realizing, how do I actually do this and not worry about doing something else at the same time? I could hit that pause button, and I might actually try doing that soon. I'll try it right now, actually. So I just hit the pause button, hit the resume, just to try it out. And not a bad option for me if I want to try something else for a moment. Like trying to log into something. It's like, all right, yeah, I don't need to wait for that to happen. So, yesterday I was receiving some amazing body work from my dear friend Joni, like magical, like purely magical. And what was neat is melting into it, and then being able to reframe, for her and I at least, working together. Because she helped me to see, like, even with a body worker, sometimes they're like, oh, that person's an amazing body worker. It's like, no, I co-create an experience with that body worker because I'm able to receive from them. I'm able to feel safe from them. I'm able to actually be fully present with them. And how many times is that not the case for a lot of people? And I'm just imagining, let's see here, where is this charging port here? Oh, it's up here. I'm imagining that because I keep hearing great experiences to people, I may not have the same experience. And in this case, I've recognized this experience matters, and I've asked her, let's make this a priority every 2 weeks right now, because I feel unlocking some of my flows, unlocking some of my energy, clarity, vitality, because that's what I'm looking for. The energy, clarity, vitality to do what I want to do, including this, including playing with my family, including building the business, including financial wealth. And this magic mirror work really fulfills my top thing right now, which is spirituality, my own map of consciousness. I'm getting to see my consciousness and reflect it back and forth. I don't need to have an audience of the same kind. And audiences will come. Audiences will come. That's going to be interesting someday if I have a lot of people who want to follow me and I'm still doing this. And they're actually tuning in. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing tuning into this? And perfect. Let's keep doing random shit, right? It may not last as long. I may not talk as much about things. I may mention if I do anything. I haven't done anything with my investments lately, FYI. Probably for about a month. I've left them on autopilot, and tracking it, it's gone down. And part of it is just trusting the process. Trusting the process. I haven't had anything from the people I'm closest to tell me, you got to sell it all. And I'm like, you know what? So be it. So be it. And we're not putting more of our direct cash into things, especially because that is our cushion. That's our buffer to be able to keep going where we want to go right now. And fly me to the moon, baby. Fly me to the moon right now. I'm looking at this beautiful fireplace, and it's just lovely having real fire. And such a reminder, like, it'll be sad one day if we don't have real fire. It'll be sad. It'll be sad. What else is there? What else is there, Nick? What else is there to explore, to talk about, to really look at? I've done the affirmations, but actually I will do some of them again, because I have them here. The 10 pillars, daily pillars: inspired action, loving service, silent presence, grateful prayer, divine guidance, sharing wisdom, caring sincerely, study truths, temperate rhythm, fair exchange. Inspired action, loving service, silent presence, grateful prayer, divine guidance, sharing wisdom, caring sincerely, study truths, temperate rhythm, fair exchange. Inspired action, loving service, silent presence, grateful prayer, divine guidance, sharing wisdom, caring sincerely, study truths, temperate rhythm, fair exchange. Love this. Love this. So the part for X Camp today is sharing my biggest wins, biggest challenges maybe, and looking forward, what are the biggest wins and what are the biggest challenges I foresee. So the biggest win is founding this work, so I'm not doing it on my own anymore. Founding a company with Matt and Marika, And that's founding Ohana Sage, not doing it on my own. As you all know, Marika's here, and Marika and Matt are helping me, not helping me, we're working together to create a more beautiful future. And there's so many parts that are unseen. So she'll be speaking about that. And then this partnership with Brent as well. Like, it's just so cool to see the expansions of everything. And I'm trying not to offend, and I'm practicing letting go of trying not to offend, because it may actually be the best thing to offend. And I'm thinking right now of my dear friend. And then what's been the biggest challenge? What has been the biggest challenge? What has been the biggest challenge? Me, obstacles, trusting certainty, trusting the process. It's going slower than I'd like. If you want to go far, go together. If you want to go fast, go alone. Right? You'll each have 4 minutes. A framework I invite you to take a look at is, priority things. What's something you want to share? Amazing outcome. Something you want to share. Amazing challenge. Something you want to share. Amazing purpose this year. Something you want to share. Amazing challenge this year. At least 55 people through this new, expanded 5 to 6 month container. Looking forward to that. Challenge. Challenge. I don't get uncomfortable, that's the thing. When I'm triggered, when I'm tickled. And over again noticing that. Noticing the stuck points. When I get stuck with something. When something feels sticky. And I forget to either learn to love it, and then I do it, or delegate it so that someone else can do it. Both of those, so much better than me staying with it and not doing something about it. So, finding someone who loves playing with bookkeeping, amazing. That would be really good, not just for the business, but for me. And maybe I'll say that out loud. Right? Someone who's ready to play with me at my current level of bookkeeping too. Okay. Is there anything else? I don't know. Is there anything else? I don't know. Is there anything else? I don't know. Okay. I'm going to pause this for a second. There we go. Back on me, for me, by me, magic mirror work. I just went through a bunch of messages, emails, things like that. Just got reminded of actually listening to the messages of people that are close to me and actually remembering how important those are. Because if I don't focus on the ones that I want to keep close, then who am I keeping close? There's so many people in so many communities. Like, it is redonkulous how many communities I'm part of. And it's time to sign out of some of them. I'm having trouble though. I'm kind of attached. Because I'm like, what if I need it someday? What if I miss out? And that part of missing out is still there. It's how I see it in others, the fear of missing out. And how is it that I can see everyone as a reflection of me? There's some people I can see they are holding on to so many fears, patterns, everything else. And I'm like, all right, if I'm noticing that in them, what am I noticing in me? What patterns am I noticing? Okay, and how do I have the wisdom? Part of my wisdom has been speaking out and asking for things that I need and making it regular. It's like asking yesterday for my dear friend who's doing this amazing bodywork, be like, I want this in 2 weeks' time. I want this to be a priority. Not just for me, but for you as well, because otherwise it's easy to let it go. It's easy to let it go because there's so many things that are going to come up in life. So let's actually start booking these in. And then with this other friend, I'm realizing, oh yeah, if you want to learn more, how do we make it a priority? And right now, I haven't charged anything, and I don't need to. That's part of it, is how do we make this a worthwhile exchange of time, energy, and space? And she served me a lot. So just noticing both. I'm a great place to play for people that I trust. That's a piece of it as well, is that I recognize we half jokingly said yesterday after the bodywork's like, you didn't get anything out of this at all. It's like, oh yeah, how do we both serve, teach, and learn at the same time? Serve, teach, learn, and perform at the same time. We're doing all of those things. How do we own the different parts that are all coming up back and forth? Right now I'm serving, I'm teaching, I'm learning, and I'm performing. And playing with all those things together. Playing with all those things together. And noticing, this is part of my own learning for myself, how do I play with all these things together in the best way possible? I'm just taking a breath. Taking a yawn. All right, it's 5 a.m. I called it 9 a.m. I do want to get some more rest again. I don't know if there's anything else I really need to say right now. If I don't, one of the things I did this morning is I did a little bit of dancing, because I saw that little video of Blue reminding us every morning start off dancing a little bit. I'm like, oh yeah, some movement, some plays, some childlike energy. And that's part of what I love about when I was with her. I could see her play, but I could also see her heaviness at the same time, her trying to please everyone else. And I'm grateful that she stepped back from the public eye, and she's reminding me, and this has planted the seed in the back of my head, it's like, even if I get really public, how do I actually choose to consciously step back sometimes, and then step back in, and then step back? That's part of it and part of it when I'm doing this magic mirror work is probably it's going to be like, all right, we're going to take a bunch of them, just record them, but we don't release them except for in a batch. Because releasing them real time actually may not serve me. And the whole point of this is to serve me. And as I practice doing this more and more, I'm reminding everyone else, it's okay to serve yourself first. You are your own gold medal. I love that from Family Guy. Like, it's such a hilarious, stupid thing, and I've taken it and I've run with it. And there's certain things in my life that I've taken and run with them, whether it's inappropriate jokes that I've said over and over again, whether it's not being outraged, whether it's spiritual. It can be fun, it doesn't have to be serious all the time. And it's reminding me, like one of my teachers, allow, accept, and let go, such a simple formula. And he's taken it and run with it, and he's incorporated it, made it his. Demartini really has shown me, like, everything is in balance. Everything is in balance. And sometimes I don't want to see that. And that's the part of the mind he's guiding us to work through the method to work past. And then guiding people to take a look, and guiding parents and myself. How do I keep guiding myself to guide my family? Right? Learning to lead, learning to ask for the coaching and support over and over and over again. And that's the piece I'm noticing when I'm working with these amazing women in my life. I'm like, how do I actually lead? And part of myself is having the humility that I'm not leading sometimes. I'm just being me around them, and they're getting some messages that really serve them. And isn't that great? I don't have to deliberately create a curriculum for them. And part of it, as I'm doing this, I'm going to request them to help me to create my own curriculum. Because there is a curriculum that's happening. There is a layering on that's happening. And how do we actually keep, that's it, how do we keep noticing the layering on that works better and better so I can actually see these foundational pieces? If I really want to learn how to teach, it's being conscious of the teaching and how it's being received by people. And that there's always better ways to do it. Better ways for someone else, better ways for myself. And how do I actually incorporate AI in a way that serves too? How do I incorporate strong leaders that can actually support me to raise this vision? To raise the vision, not just maintain the vision, not just contain the vision or constrain the vision, to raise the vision. And that's what I have right now with my dear founders, Matt and Marika. And we're still navigating because we all have our own stuff. And they're working through it. And how do I actually help pump and generate that? Because I want to. I don't want people who are fully formed right now, because I'm not fully formed. And we're never fully formed. It's all part of the journey. I'm getting excited again. And in the excitement, I can notice my own performance meter going up a little bit, thinking I'm serving going up a little bit, and then noticing I catch myself, oh, hello, me. This is for me. And this is the part. I'm doing this in real time so that when I am actually serving you, I'm also serving me. How am I catching myself sooner and sooner and sooner? Wisdom is the instantaneous recognition that crisis is a blessing. And even this, I could call a mini crisis. I've had a mini crisis of performance. It's a blessing. How am I doing that over and over again? And yesterday, how do I acknowledge the pieces that I really want to acknowledge? All right, I made a choice. I made a choice to get care for my son. I made a choice to step into this work. I made a choice into staying home and supporting the family. I made a choice into leaving a voice message, getting clarity. And I made a choice to stay with and listen to those who are closest to me without trying to interject as much. I'm catching myself sooner and sooner. I'm like trying to say something like, wait, you haven't asked me to. So why am I doing this? And earlier on for my call with someone who called in early, it's like, let's just take the call because I'm available and we'll see what happens. I'm not ready for it, and that's probably perfect. And part of it for me, I'm noticing I am playing with and practicing my fluidity and flexibility right now. And more I'll get clear, how do I want things to run for myself moving forward eventually? How do I play in the ways that I really love to play? Declutter, 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 declutter. And open evenings right now. All right, so there's many opportunities. There's so many opportunities right now. I'm just noticing all my stories that are coming up in the back of my head. Oh, I should be doing this. This is the right thing to do. Da 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 da. Okay. Take a breath. Take it slow. Don't get in your way. Keep on moving. Keep on moving. Facilitator event. Do I really want to do that? Do I really want to do that? That's the question. It's partly the distance to the place. It adds an hour on both sides. And there's so many things I could be doing that I don't want to be driving in the middle of it. And spending time away from family. And that's probably it. How do I, even if it's a free event, how do I really be conscious of these things? Especially right now in the building, what I'm building. The product is actually quite good already. It's actually helping identify the problems for the client so they can actually resonate with it and call them in. Money and the attachment of money or prestige or approval for men, totally there, right? It's like, oh my God, The money is just another way for approval a lot of the times. It's like, if I get to this number, someone will say something good about me. And I'm so scared of sharing the number because A, if it's low, then people will judge me. If it's high, then people will want to take advantage of me. So it really doesn't help either for most men. And how can they shift that? Because it's a barometer and it's their own internal beliefs too. They actually have no idea for the most part. I probably know more of the actual net assets of most men than most people because I actually ask and I listen. More people know about where I'm at because I'm willing to share with those trusted people. On the other side, on the feminine, so many things that come out of it is a lack of feeling safe, and part of it is even the safety of approval. So many mothers are worried, not so much the judgment of their own child, but the judgment of other mothers especially. Because a father's like, a father, my kid didn't die today, I was great. I actually showed up for part of the day, I'm amazing. For a mother, if you're not the beautiful wife, the loving, attentive, doting, always there, always caring, always measured, always calm, always reasonable, then you're doing something wrong. And it's hilarious. It's hilarious. I was judging it too, even of my own beloved, because I thought that that's what a good mother's supposed to be, versus I love that idea. Our children have chosen us. So why would we fault ourselves for how we're being in the moment? It doesn't mean we have to keep repeating it. If I didn't like it, why am I repeating it? But don't make the assumption that they didn't ask for that one-time experience at least. And it always is one time because every experience is different. They may rhyme, they may echo, but they're not the same experience. And so what am I looking for right now? I am living such a fun, inspired, transcendent, loving, enthusiastic life right now. Doesn't mean I don't have my challenges. Doesn't mean I don't judge. Doesn't mean I don't say racist things sometimes. And amongst all that, I'm so much more clear, whether it's working with Dr. Demartini and the values, working with my other teachers and getting clear that we're just mirrors of each other's, whether all the different learnings and lessons that I've gotten through all these decades. And whether it's I'm getting super approval because I've had that or super disapproval because I've had that. What I want is to inspire others, especially those who are actively creating or wanting to create, wanting to step into purpose, big dreams, wanting, especially if they want to create the next version of AI. I believe that the creators of AI can imbue it with a consciousness that's going to blow us away, and not in a bad way. Blow us away in the sense that we're going to be amazed, awed, and surprised by it all. And I look forward to that. I look forward to stepping into those containers. And the reason I've created this, so many people are like, oh, I want to do ceremony with you. I want to do ceremony with you. It's like, all right, I want to do ceremony with you, and I want this container so that you're as ready for ceremony as possible, and that you have the support afterwards, because when we actually make these profound shifts, it's so much benefit to come back into life with someone walking next to you. And not just someone who's a really good companion, guide, teacher, and is also learning with you. Right? And that's the piece I love. I both teach, perform, learn, guide, facilitate. All of these things are always happening. They're playing, they're intermingling. And sometimes someone says, like, were you doing that for performing? It's like, thank you for pointing that out again. Magic mirror work. Again, there's a piece of performance here. There's a piece of performance here. And when the performance blends seamlessly in with the learning, the teaching, the guiding, the facilitating, isn't that amazing? And isn't that what we pay the best performance for? Like Taylor Swift, she's that popular because she's performing, but she's also being with. And you can feel that genuine energy. And when she can have that radiate out so that the whole arena gets sucked in, even the whole, remember people that watch the Eras tours, including myself, my son, my family, he wanted to watch it over and over again. Like, how is she having that capacity to draw people? And it's not just that the songs are catchy or good or all those things. There's a part of the energy. And that's part of what I'm trying to do with my breathwork sessions especially, is how do I create the energetic container so that it actually draws people in? And in real time, I like to as well, because it feels so good to have people there in real time. And then if not in real time, asynchronously, because it feels so good knowing that these containers are getting bigger and bigger and bigger without me having to do anything about them. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so I'm gonna send out some messages. I'm gonna finish this XCamp stuff. I'm gonna rest up for the day. And I might record some more stuff later. And I might not. Today turned out to be a relatively open day. And that's okay. A lot of love. Ciao for now.